Hello again. I'm now going to show you the next step of how I teach vibrato to Homestead Orchestra students. The first segment we learned about this muscle here in your hand being very loose and free as you do that back and forth motion. And I should emphasize it's a below the pitch motion, so you go back towards the scroll, up towards the scroll. You don't vibrate above the pitch, it'll sound out of tune. You go back behind the pitch and then it sounds in tune. So I'm assuming that you're comfortable with this motion again. And now it's time to touch very, very lightly any finger. I'm going to try the second or the third finger on a middle string because that's where it's most comfortable. And we're going to do that same activity again. Metronome, once again at 60, nothing is different. I'm not pushing onto the string. I'm barely touching the string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4 and a... You might change fingers and go on a different string. I'm going to do 3 fingers on my second lowest string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Please notice, I'm not sliding my thumb around. When you shift, your thumb slides up the neck of the instrument, of course. When you do vibrato, the thumb stays in place. On cello and bass, the next step of this process is exactly the same. We'll pick middle of the hand fingers, middle of the instrument strings, and barely touch the string, like as if you're playing a harmonic. But we won't move our thumb. We'll just keep that rotation around the thumb by making this part of our hand really loose. Again, the metronome is at 60. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Maybe go to another string and do a different finger. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... You want to be really comfortable with that motion. Notice I'm not stretching my fingers. I'm not doing something complicated in my hand. I'm trying to keep this motion way back at my elbow. It's an arm vibrato for both violin, viola, and cello and bass. Okay, when you feel really comfortable with that skill, it's time for step 3.